Hey guys, King of Charmanders here. Today I bring you a video on the best longsword in the game, the Brute Tigrex super weapon and meta builds. Behold, the Brute Tigrex Long Sword. It is the first longsword super weapon in the game, and what basically is a super weapon? Well, it has extremely high stats and a unique skill / mechanic built into the weapon itself. For example, charge 3 to damage 4 bows like Black Diablo's bow. In all honesty, you can't argue that the longsword has always been a super weapon archetype with the ability to parry and the spirit gauge boost. The weapon in itself has unique mechanics, etc. The problem is there was never really anything that set any longsword apart from things like the Mr. B Sword and Shield or the Black Diablo's bow. Now, with quick work, we have something that can be classified as a super weapon. And as I max it out, because you know everyone says I'm just a bowman, no, I actually play with all weapons and watch content on all weapons in other countries like Japan, Thailand, etc. So yes, they say it's good, and I believe it's good as well. Behold, the most powerful super weapon longsword in the game so far, the Brute Tigrex Long Sword, maxed out. So how does a Brute Tigrex classify as a super weapon? So the Brute Tigrex Long Sword classifies as a super weapon due to the following. As a Season 7, it has the highest total stat value versus the rest of the raw monsters, taking the negative affinity into account, as you see right here. The negative 10%, technically they have the same attack product, but that negative 10% does matter. And what makes it really good, and the mechanic / skill that puts this into the super weapon tier, it has quick work level 3 at grade 10. A super meta skill that other longswords has before Brute Tigrex Long Sword release. So no other one has had this one at level 3. There is level 1, but that is for the Devil Joe Longsword. These two factors allow the Brute Tigrex Longsword to parry / counter faster than any other longsword in the game that's built in with just the weapon itself. This is absolutely nuts. This allows you to activate Spirit Gauge Boost and counter so dang quickly, and Helm Splitter. You maximize the mechanics of the longsword thanks to having this built in. Therefore, the Brute Tigrex Longsword does classify and belongs in the super weapon category. But what is quick work? Well, we have an analysis here, so we're going to analyze quick work 0 to 3. As you see here in the top left, we have 0, followed by 1, 2, and 3. And as you see, the speed at which you are able to sheathe your sword is a huge difference when you have quick work maxed out at level 3. And this matters a lot when you're trying to spam Helm Splitter / parry quickly. If the subspecies weapons, etc. ever get a style change, the quick work being built into this weapon makes it extremely powerful. In addition, Spirit Gauge Boost is activated very quickly thanks to parry / counter. It's the fastest way to charge your Spirit Gauge Boost and activate that, along with being able to Helm Splitter. So you are, like I mentioned before, able to maximize your mechanics and gameplay thanks to the longsword having this one skill. And if you are like a very high risk player like me when it comes to longsword, once you get used to this, you can pull off some pretty crazy things. You can also use this as movement. If you're using full aim mode, you can go ahead and use the longsword to move out the way of the monster or reposition if need be. So this is what makes this such a powerful weapon and why quick work is so dang good for the longsword. And this brings us to the best Brute Tigrex Longsword builds. At number 1, we have the classic Critical Ferocity build. It has a total of negative 60% crit, allowing you a good chance of proccing the Critical Ferocity crit damage boost. At level 5, you are able to inflict 250% damage with a small chance of it. But if you do, it's a pretty big number and does do a lot of damage. You can also smelt the final level of raw power for more consistency and power at level 70% crit. So with the level of crit at negative 70%, you reach the standard threshold of being able to make crit consistent. With this, it's amazing, and you should definitely give it a shot and try it out. Or use it, if you already have it. For this, you need the Brute Tigrex Longsword at grade 10, or as high as you can get it. The Glavis Helmet at grade 8. Glavis Mail at grade 8. Basil Juice Fan Braces at grade 8. The Tigrex Coil at grade 8. And the Arzos Greaves at grade 6. But if you want to deal with Critical Ferocity, well, we have the best Brute Tigrex Longsword build at number 2, Advanced Attack Boost. There's actually multiple ways and combos you can put this together, but this is the best combination available unless you want to use a different combo again to stack Advanced Attack and Attack Boost 5. You can use a Lagambi Mail and some other combo, but generally this is the best one because it gives you the Advanced Attack Boost level 2 maxed out as well as Burst 4. And the Critical Ferocity build can do more damage if the negative crit damage process a lot during the event. So if it processes a lot, then this will do it. This kind of evens out with the crit build, but the Critical Ferocity build technically does more. But if you still want to use this one and not worry about those negative proc rates, you need your Brute Tigrex Long Sword at grade 10 or as high as you can get it, the Rathalos helmet at grade 6, Brute Tigrex Mail at grade 8, Rothian Van Braces at grade 6, Brute Tigrex Coil at grade 8, and the Glavnus Greaves at grade 8. Hopefully this helps you learn about the Brute Tigrex Long Sword. This super weapon will be the strongest raw longsword for a long time. As you see right here, I'm able to pull off some pretty risky things, like in split-second intervals. I'm still training and don't get me wrong, I am still training and practicing this. By no means, like you see right here for this roar, do I consider myself an expert on just longsword in general. Have I played with enough? Yes. However, I haven't played with it a lot with Quick Work 3. As you see here, I'm kind of getting my P's and Q's with it and getting used to canceling out / using Helm Splitter, etc. It is factually extremely powerful. I'm having a ton of fun, but just being able to smack the crap out of Puke like this and seeing those big numbers using Critical Ferocity really makes me happy that I maxed this out. And I can't wait to use it more and gold my longsword weapon gold medal with this. With that being said, please do me a huge favor, like, subscribe, and comment for the YouTube algorithm. Hopefully you longsword enthusiasts already have this maxed out. If not, you should totally go after it. Good luck on your grinds, good luck on your smelts, etc. And I will see y'all on the next video.